Recently, the crypto market has been absolutely popping off, with just a lot of crazy coins everywhere. And it leads many people to wonder, is an altcoin season really here? Is this the time where everything just goes crazy? And of course, we'll only see that, I guess, after another few weeks or so. But I'm still, regardless, very excited about the current opportunities in the market, because if we are right, this is really a good time for every single one of us. Anyway, today we're talking about a project called MultiBank. TradFi meets crypto. Regulated exchange powered by the MBG Token, part of MultiBank Group. And just to give some thoughts about, or some background about MultiBank Group, they're basically the world's largest, the most regulated financial derivatives institution. And they're going crypto with their MBG, backed by, well, $29 billion in real assets and about $35 billion or more in daily trading volume. So the idea again is, like I said earlier, that they're powered by real revenue. And also, I believe they launched a $440 million buyback and burn program. So, for the long term, that's quite nice. Let me quickly state that nothing I say in videos like this ever is financial advice. You gotta make your own choices. And just because I'm covering something doesn't mean you have to buy it. It's just me talking about it, right? It's things I like, things I work with. Keep that in the back of your head. Anyway, it's this global powerhouse in TradFi with robust NAS assets of over $583 million, regulated across 5 continents, and over 2 million traders across 90 countries. Also interesting to note that apparently they've got over 17 regulatory licenses worldwide, spread out over 5 different continents, and again are doing $35 billion of volume on their platforms a day. Now, talking about that token, it is backed by 4 different powerful pillars. One of them being the multi-bank, what I'm showing you guys right now, like the TradFi side, right? So this is where the $35 billion a day part comes from. Just all these different pairs, just, yeah, you know it, right? TradFi. Then pillar number 2 is MBG Exchange, which apparently is already valued at $23.7 billion, but is launching a bit later this year. But they've got more. They've also got MultiBank RWA, the world's largest RWA tokenization in history. A $3 billion portfolio of ultra luxury real estate. And where the idea is, as you can read right here, just to make it simple, instantly buy real estate tokens and earn up to 8% APY, paid out daily. This is not a concept, this is real and regulated, and it's just the beginning. So basically they're launching it big with obviously $3 billion start. Mostly, or I'm going to say mostly luxury real estate, but in this case here, looking at this picture, the spread is quite wide, as you've got 100, but you've also got, it's starting in this case here at 45. And MAG, I've stayed in that for a while in Dubai, a few times. I'd say it's medium, but obviously Ritz-Carlton, yeah, high end for sure. But then they've got even more, as they've also got MultiBank IO, which is basically this fully regulated spot and derivatives crypto exchange. So they basically got themselves a little bit of the pie of every single side. They've got crypto, they've got real world assets, they've got the TradFi, the Forex and CFD side. They've got literally everything as it stands. And to get back to it, by the way, this $3 billion deal that it says right here, there was an article posted on Cointelegraph about not too long ago. They basically said MultiBank MAG, which again is from like a developer I know, Maverick Inc., world's largest $3 billion RWA tokenization deal. $3 billion of MAG's luxury real estate will be tokenized on MultiBank's platform, powered by Maverick blockchain and governed by the MBG Token. MultiBank is the world's largest financial derivatives institution based in Dubai, has signed a $3 billion deal to tokenize this. $3 billion worth of MAG's real estate will be tokenized as individual RWA tokens on MultiBank's platform, each represented on the Maverick blockchain as the underlying layer 1 infrastructure. As said by this individual right here, I'm not going to try butcher the name, told Cointelegraph. Algada added that MBG token provides ecosystem utility, including trading discounts, early access to properties, and a deflationary buyback and burn model. And indeed, it is quite interesting to think about how these type of new projects, especially when they're multi-billion dollars worth, represent a paradigm shift in how real-world assets are accessed and traded. And like I said before, in 2025, at the end of the year here, they're also expected to launch the largest institutional crypto and TradFi exchange with an expected turnover of $35 or $40 billion a day, reaching 460, matter of fact, $1 billion in 5 years to compete with like Bloomberg, Reuters, everything like that. So they're really trying to expand hard, as you can see from this. Get some more info, you can go ahead and go to their MultiBank IO Twitter and give them a little follow. Why not? But also, with all their plans in mind, right? With their whole I'm gonna almost call it multiverse expansion strategies of just trying to take over every single pillar, it's all gonna be backed by their MBG token. And right now, it's not buyable just quite yet, but it will be very shortly. And just by joining the waitlist right now, you might actually be able to get yourself some tokens for absolutely free. And obviously, with their whole campaign here of starting a new real-world assets program and just basically, like I said earlier, trying to take over every single sector, the token is backed by a lot of different fields and, well, a whole bunch of money. They're trying to also make their governance in that sense, or actually more importantly, I should just call it their utility token, just one of the biggest things out there, right? It also makes sense. Now, like I said before, there are multiple rewards you can win for just signing up to the newsletter. It is pretty simple. No KYC necessary for something like that. And it'll also give you a little update in case the sale does open. Again, whether or not you participate is completely up to you. All I can tell you is that from the MBG side, they're going to try their best to make this one of the biggest launches of the year. But of course, nobody can predict what the market is going to do next. All I can say is that indeed, a lot of money has been flowing into these RWA type expansions, and they've got themselves a pretty good deal. A lot of the narrative right now when it comes to the crypto sales has been to see what the backing is, and these guys do have a lot of proper backing. And I will say that their mission to take on Bloomberg, Reuters, and everything, it is a grand mission, all right? Let me just say it like that. Anyway, the sale starts at just like 35 cents to obviously, I'm not sure if this is officially true, but to maybe keep in spirit with the $35 billion in daily trading volume. And I saw some comments that, hey, you know, something like this backed by proper real clients, you really don't see that too often. But of course, it will depend on the execution of the sale. You know, how proper can they do their marketing? And how well will the people all really know what's going on with it? Because obviously that is still a very big part. They can have all the fundamentals proper, but if the rest doesn't align, it still might not be the craziest of things, obviously. But anyway, I think they're going to try to do everything in their power to make this a success. And I mean, if the numbers, or actually at least if we expect the numbers to just keep on growing from here as well, and they really buy as much of the token back to burn it, it could be something pretty freaking crazy. So like I said before, you'll find a link for the waitlist. The waitlist looks like this. You'll find that down below. I also recommend you to go ahead and give their Twitter a little follow. You know, take a little look at it, give it a little follow, why not? And like I said earlier, I cannot guarantee the results for any of these. Nobody knows how a token like this is going to perform, but it is something pretty unique and relatively, it is one of the crazier backed launches we have seen. So like I said, links down below. Go ahead and give it a little follow. Go ahead and check out the waitlist, and that's about it.